Odessa Permian Panthers and the Bobcats of San Angelo Central High School. Down on the Pearl of the Conchos tonight, this is Don Scott. I'll be joined by Kurt Kaiser and Roger Smith to bring you all of the action in what is promising to be an outstanding football game. Kurt, I look for a battle royal.
Don, we've been excited about this game for a long, long time. The two top teams in District 4 or 5A, and we're glad that we've got a chance to bring it to you tonight on KOSA Super 7 and also KLST. Let's tell you about the folks that have provided us the opportunity to bring you this game this evening. Our sponsors for tonight's 4 or 5A championship. Other sponsors include Jim Reeves Insurance, Sewell Ford, Sherwood Pharmacy, Sid Norton Photography, Simarco Incorporated, Swindle Welding and Equipment, Texas Army Surplus, Western National Bank, AIP Products, and Barn Door. And Roger, I know the folks around San Angelo have been very excited for a long time about this football game.
They hear people in Odessa saying this may be the best Permian team that's ever played, but either it's that or this Permian team hasn't played anyone, and we'll find out if the Bobcats are a worthy enough opponent to give the Panthers a game.
Well, Roger, I don't think there's any doubt about their ability. We watched them play against Odessa High. They have an excellent offensive football team. The big question mark, I think, in both teams, the orange-clad Bobcats can do.
Bobcats, Greg Hayes at center, Jason Blackman and Jason Box the guards. The tackles, John Green and Jonathan Casey. Shea Morenz, the quarterback. He's back to throw up the middle. It is intercepted by Michael Comer, and the Panthers on the first play get the ball back in Bobcat territory.
That was meant to be a quick hitter to the tight end, Charles Vogel. He was looking back for it, but he just did a great job of anticipating it.
Comer just simply stepped in front of it. The Permian linebackers were all taking a deep drop, and Comer does a great job.
In Central Territory. He'll get the ball away from about his own 45-yard line. Good snap, Shane, plenty of time. High spiral, fair catch called for, but none taken. It bounces inside the 5-yard line and down at the 1. That's what you call deep in Central Territory.
Now the pressure is back on the Bobcats. They turned it over on their very first play.
This is the way you teach them to do it in the practice session. Get out on the goal line, turn around, and catch the ball as it comes to you. I almost was afraid that he was going to have his feet in the end zone, but he did get his knees down. He's the one that actually batted it downward.
A lot of coaches, when they see their quarterback throw a pass like that, would suddenly inhale in terror. But Morenz is just so accurate that he believes that he can get the ball into a small spot like that. He was just a little bit off that time.
Damon Carroll, the top receiver in the district, is wide to the right side. It's 3rd and 10. Bobcats in a 1. Again, Morenz to throw. Pressured. Gets it away, and it's intercepted. Court Peterson at the 35. Inside the 30. Down to the 21, where he's knocked out of bounds.
Out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, and there are 2 flags thrown in there at one time. I'm not sure whether it was a clip or what, but I would presume on a return like that, probably a clip has been called.
So Shea Morenz, who came in with an outstanding ratio of interceptions to completions, has had 2 picked off here in the very first quarter.
Well, give that credit of that pickoff to the man who hammered him, but not that much territory to run in.
One thing the Panthers are trying to do is do something no team has done all season long against the Bobcats, and that is score in the first quarter. It hasn't happened in 8 ball games. 2nd and 10 from the 14. 5:26 left in the quarter. The pitch comes back to Hamilton inside the 10 and down to the 5.
That's going to be close to another first down. And Chris Cloninger, the strong safety, had to come up and tackle him.
Okay, this is just a little pitch play, and then he does a great job of cutting back on this and finding the crease. I don't believe he got the first down. He's just on the 5-yard.
And number 58, Sean Carter. And they'll take out one of their secondary men.
Ball is at the Bobcat 3-yard line.
2nd and 3 Permian as the Bobcat defense tries to hold them out of the end zone with 3:35 and counting left in the first quarter of play. Hamilton trying to turn the corner and head to the end zone, and that's a mojo touchdown for Malcolm Hamilton. As he takes it in.
Effort this time by Hamilton as he simply steps outside of the contain and breaks a tackle or two. The play was stuffed right there. He steps outside and on some individual effort just outran and outpulled people into the end zone, carrying one man on his back.
Shane, coaches this week, without a doubt, the 2 players on the Panthers defense that concerned them the most were Daniels and number 62, Brian Tucker. Just great athletes.
1:15 and counting on a 3rd and 5 from the Bobcats' 35-yard line. Moran to throw, pressured, gets it away. It's completed at the 49-yard line. The pass to Damon Carroll.
And I tell you what, he completed that one off of his, as he was hit. Moritz was hit very, very hard just as he threw the football. Watch this. He takes a pretty good lick and knew it was coming, but it's a perfect pass and a great catch.
Quarter ready to get underway. Shea Moran drops. He's hit. He's sacked back at the 20-yard line. Tony Daniels came in there along with Sam Brooks combining on the sack.
Well, you're right. They weren't worried about a play action, and they just simply, two of them blew right through the offensive line, and Shea just never had a chance to set up even. They arrived with the feed ball.
Now what do you, as well as Permian is blocking Central.
Pardon me, they're both doing a great job on the offensive line at this point.
Under the 10-minute mark, Moran runs with the ball. Hit and down on a big tackle by Hubert Collins that picked Shea Moran up and threw him to the turf.
Regardless of how the rest of this game goes, Shea will already be sore.
Oh, yeah. This is a WWF move that I think Hubert Collins learned. Up and down.
Boy, that was a smash.
That's a 3-yard pickup that Shea Moran will feel.
The young man, I think he is a Division I college prospect. Which college, I have no idea. But he's headed somewhere.
3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line. Moran gets it away across the middle. It's completed. Inside the 20, the 15, down to the 10-yard line. Nearly picked off by Michael Comer. Instead, Marcus Bibbs makes the connection with Shea Moran, and the Bobcats have it deeper into Permian territory.
For just a second, Marcus had a look what I found look on his face, but then he was heading for the end zone.
Well, you missed it on the replay, but believe me, Shea Moran paid a big price.
Brian Tucker making the defensive play that time for Permian. They spot the ball at the 11 where it'll be 2nd and 10, still at the 11-yard line. 8-10 and counting left in the first half. Moran to throw. Into the end zone. It's completed. The Bobcats have scored. The touchdown pass to Damon Carroll.
The official says, "Give me the ball, son. Don't get overzealous." But how can you blame him in a situation like this?
Well, I tell you what, that official's hand sure did go to his pocket there. I thought he was going to get one.
Have to start operating with its end zone close by.
There's a kick from Bodie. Will be taken at the 5-yard line. Back to the 15, the 20, right up the middle. To the 35-yard line. A nice return by John Williams, I believe, but I can't really see the number. It's hitting inside him. Okay, instead, that was Alan Strambler who returned the ball.
Strambler. Seems I've heard that name before.
Yeah, but you heard it bring a Lee Rebel.
The anterior cruciate.
You
I
betcha.
see. Yeah, all right.
2nd and 5 from the 40. Case the throw, has a man wide open. Tony Daniels down to the 42-yard line. Stephen Roloff tripped him up. The completion takes it into Bobcat territory.
And Roloff is the tackler of last resort for the Bobcats. He's playing free safety, and they want him to play a true free safety. Unless there's a receiver that he has to cover all by himself, he's the last guy. And if Daniels gets... Now here's a big 3rd and 4. As well as the Panthers have been running, they might run, they might play action.
5.5 minutes left in the half. Bergen and Perry to the left, Will Wagner to the right. Case completes it for a first down to Kendrick Parrott, down inside the 15-yard line.
No, he stepped out of bounds at the 22.
Okay, pushed out by Ben Montgomery, but still a first down for the Panthers.
And now the Central defensive coaches are trying to pull their hearts out of their throats. This is what they don't want to happen. Again, Roloff is the tackler of last resort, and he does the job. Actually, it's Ben Montgomery pushes him out. Roloff was there to make sure. But they're afraid that if Parrott or Bergen gets really...
2nd and 9. They spot the ball at the 20. 4:45 left in the half. The pitch comes to John Williams in the backfield for the first time, knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Now they say the 16-yard line, and the Panther fans think there was a hit perhaps a little far out of bounds as Bowman made the stop.
Tony Aragon was lucky he didn't get the flag right there.
Well, I was going to watch this real close on the replay and see what happened here. You know, yeah, he's clearly out of bounds when he...
21 ticks left on the clock in the first half. The pitch to Malcolm Hamilton gets one block. Hamilton. Nowhere to run. Picks up a yard, and that's it.
Field goal is a given. They got a break with a penalty because they're closer to the middle of the field than they would have been
Certainly
had the
are.
play stood.
Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is wide left. No good. Jay Wells misses to the left.
A footnote, if you'll pardon the expression, just if it comes down to a kick from Shane, then we might go back and remember that he missed two wide left in the second quarter.
Well, he missed two in the second quarter, Roger, but he has been extremely accurate all year long. So, very, very out of character for him. Football is cold. It's harder to kick. And it really does make a difference.
There's 8 seconds left in the first half of play.
This doesn't look like a defense. It looks like a kickoff receiving formation for the Panthers.
I think they're looking for the long pass.
The deepest safety is more than 30 yards from the line of scrimmage.
And he kneels.
He has nothing to do.
He says there's nothing to this,
He
folks.
just has a longer...
7 tie. What about it, folks?
That'll wrap us up for the first half. Stay tuned. Our halftime show with the marching bands coming your way in just a moment. After 24 minutes of football, we're all deadlocked. Permian 7, San Angelo Central 7. This is a Super 7. KLS trip up David Hamilton. 3rd and 7 from the 31-yard line. 10:40 left in the third. Lorenz has 3 receivers to the left side. He's going to try to hit one of them. He sprints back. Across the middle, it's completed to Damon Carroll. Inside the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Again, he beat Brian Tucker. They had taken Tucker off of Carroll for a while, put him on the tight end Bogle, and Tucker is almost there, but not quite.
Well, it's not so much that they've taken Tucker off of him. It's that when they get into that particular formation with him lined up as the inside men of 3 of the wideouts with their type of...
First drive of the third quarter for the Bobcats. They have it now 2nd and 10 at the Permian 47. Carroll goes in motion. Moran, deep drop, pressure, gets it away, completed to the 41-yard line. Ryan King brought down by Will Wagner. It'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and about 4 yards to go. No spot on the right at the 40. It'll be 3rd and 3.
It looked like it might be a screen there for a second, but clearly the Bobcats weren't intentionally letting those rushers through for a goal line situation.
3 receivers to the right on 3rd and 8 from the Permian 33-yard line. Now, Carroll comes back to the left side as Moran drops to throw, puts it in the air and completes it to Ryan King inside the 25. Kelly makes a stop, but it's another Bobcat first down, and a flag will fly. An unsportsmanlike conduct call, I would assume. It came well after the play was over.
We'll check the penalty, but what a terrific pass by Shea Moran.
He threads the needle on this. He's got triple coverage out there, and he just threads the needle right in. Superb confidence and a great arm.
And 30 from the 44. The Bobcats have had a number of long down situations. They've got out of a lot of them tonight. See what they do now. Moran to throw. Completed to Carroll. Down to the 20-yard line. Court Peterson to stop. Damon Carroll takes it to the 20.
Now they have a very makeable 3rd down and 8.
They'll spot the ball at the 19.
This is some great individual effort here. He had about 15 yards. He could have run the football, but he declined that, looked for the receiver all the way, found the man open. Something Mr. Wells has learned. Maybe he won't learn it, but this air is cold and heavy. The ball is hard and heavy. A little different approach.
Ryan King to hold, snap back, ball down, kick up, and it is no good. It's wide to the right side for Byron Bodie.
As the kicking game is suffering from the weather, it's always the first thing that suffers in any kind of inclement weather, whether it be cold weather or wet weather. And he just It just takes a lot different feel of the football when it's cold and hard like it is right now.
Goes to the left side. Malcolm Hamilton in motion. The pitch comes back to John Williams. Williams trying to turn the corner. Cuts upfield. No, he can't do so. He'll go the other way. Still trying to turn. Now he has some room. Will Wagner in front of him. John Williams will take it to the 28-yard line where he's brought down.
Number 36.
And that's 6 of the toughest yards you'll find.
Well, that was tremendous personal athletic ability that time. I was looking all over the field for a clip because when runners start reversing fields like that and people start spinning and turning is when you get clips called. But no flags on the field, and he made a very nice run out of it, simply on individual athletic effort. Not only putting some pressure on the quarterback, but they've done a great job of stuffing the run.
Permian starts from their own 27-yard line on a 1st and 10. Wagner right. Parrott and Bergen have come to the left side. Ross and Hamilton behind Case. And it's Timmy Ross that gets the football. Ross takes it to the 30-yard line before he's brought down. Michael Baker the stop. And Timmy has not had the room that he normally gets to run tonight. That defense is swarmed in around him.
Well, there was good blocking at the point of attack, but the filling defense.
Defensive ends, they usually go off after the quarterback unless they see the ball handed off, and they can kind of come in from behind and pick up the trash.
John Williams in there replacing Malcolm Hamilton on a 2nd and 7 from Permian's own 30-yard line. 9.5 minutes left, and Williams will get the football. He's still on his feet. First down for John Williams. Ben Montgomery spins into the turf.
I think he's going to be a little short of the first down where he's marking the football.
Well, he shouldn't be. An unusual spot.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten that far. Benny Jones was coming hard. He's the right pitcher, and he had him at first, and he let him get away.
Well, where they spotted the football.
Rule may have to be amended. We've seen a few plays in the NFL this year, one by Anthony Carter, where he was going down, but he was sitting on
Did make the first
the
down.
intended tackle, first down. But we've seen plays like that where the ball carrier will be sitting on the intended tackler and maybe bounce up.
Right.
He hit the ground in effect because he hit a fellow who was sitting on the ground, but then he was able to keep going and roll forward. He rolled forward in that case just enough to make the first down.
Ball will be spotted just shy of the 37-yard line. Hamilton
Roger,
is
the
back in the
purists in
lineup.
sports will tell you that if he had put his headgear on his numbers and driven him back in a beautiful form tackle, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Parrott wide to the right side. Up the middle. Malcolm Hamilton with room. Hamilton inside the 40. It's a foot race to the end zone. One man clips him, but that's a mojo touchdown. Malcolm Hamilton takes it in for 6.
63 yards.
Well, the amazing part of this, Kurt, is Malcolm Hamilton is the slowest of all the Permian running backs. But he simply is able to outrun everybody in this secondary.
Chris Cloninger trips him, or he gets a piece of his foot, but Hamilton keeps his balance and takes it in for a 63-yard touchdown run.
Well, an old adage in football, it don't make no difference how fast you is, it's where you is running at.
But this extra point, very, very important right now. We've had problems in the kicking game this evening. Let's see about the extra point. Case the hold, snap back, fall down, kick up, and it is through the uprights. It's true for Shane Wells. And with 8 minutes and 59 seconds left in the game, the offense has handed over to the defense for Permian. And the Panthers lead it 14-7.
Well, that's the first breakaway play, the only breakaway play really all night long for either ball club. Everybody has been able to pick, and move the ball down the field, but that was the first time that anybody has really broken loose, and that was right up through the middle. Now it is crucial for the Orange to get things in gear, and they must answer, and they really must answer on this possession.
And I know there's more to an offense than the quarterback, but Shea Morenz is the guy who makes this go. He's done a terrific job all season with people heaping praise on him, telling him how great he is. He's never let it affect the way he prepares for a game. And now is the time when some people that I have talked to say that maybe he's the best quarterback they've seen since Tommy Kramer. This is the type of situation where he can prove that he's that good. Against a great Permian team, his team's under duress, 8:59 to go in the game, and they're down by 7.
That scoring drive for Permian took 3 plays to move the ball 73 yards, 1 minute, 13 seconds. Malcolm Hamilton, the 63-yard touchdown run.
Well, it's now the very highly talented and vaunted Bobcat offense going up against what traditionally has been the strength of Mojo, and that's the defense.
There's the kick by Shane Wells. Taken at the 5, fumble on the play. It's on the turf, and Permian recovers at the 15-yard line.
What a break. What a break in the ball game.
And I believe it was Ben Dobbins that fell on the ball, but we'll check it again.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's almost a tragic thing for a ball game to turn on this kind of a mistake. The ball hit him right in the chest. He just simply wasn't looking at it. And Permian quickly downfield and covered the football.
It wasn't Dobbins. I believe it was Parrott. Kid line. Clock moves. 8:25 to go in the game. Bruce James comes up for the football, ready to give it back to Stormy Case. The pitch to John Williams. Williams trying to turn the corner, does so. Down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Cloninger pushed him out. See where they spot his forward progress.
16-yard, 11, 12-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and long facing the Panthers now. And Shane Wells may be called on for a very important kick in a moment.
Boy, I tell you what, I'd almost be tempted this far down to go on 4th down.
3rd and 7 up the middle to Malcolm Hamilton, close to a first down.
Nope, they're spotting it just short of the 5-yard line.
But I think he's close enough to go on 4th down.
Well, yeah, he's got to be within 2 feet.
What a tough run, though, by Hamilton. Did you see it on the replay one more time?
Well, this is where a good football team must be able to put their opponent away. When they get this kind of a break, they've got to get points on the board. And big play, here it is.
4th and less than a yard from the 5-yard line. Fans all over the stadium are on their feet. Up the middle and into the end zone. That's a Mojo touchdown for Malcolm Hamilton. And Permian breaks it open in the 4th quarter.
Well, great run by Malcolm Hamilton here. He just walks through some tackles and then drags some people. Thought he was going to run over an official. Official thought he was going down, and he didn't.
I really think the big play of that drive was on 3rd and 7, though, when he got the football and gained about 4 yards after being hit. Hamilton, his 3rd touchdown run of the night. He now has 19 on the year, and here comes the extra point attempt.
Crucial.
Snap back, ball down. The kick is up, and it's good again for Shane Wells, who's 3 for 3 in extra points tonight. There's 7 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the football game, and the Permian Panthers have 14 in the 4th to have a 21-7 lead. This is the Super 7. KLS.
Final period of this district championship game between the Permian Panthers and the Bobcats of San Angelo Central High School. Kurt, it's a whale of a game.
It is, and it's still a long way from being over. Moran dropped, he's hit, he's sacked. Sam Brooks right in the middle. The big play on Shea Moran. The loss back to the 20-yard line. Moran gets up hobbling.
Oh, that would be the big loss. If they lose the ball game, it's one thing. If they lose Shea Moran, it's another thing. Ooh.
Shea Moran still limping, trying to shake it off. He's going to stay in there as the new... Moran to throw. Pressure. Gets it away on the screen. Completed to Hamilton out of the backfield. Hamilton will be short of a first down as he gets into the 36.
Cats will probably go for it here. They have a 4th and 3 or 4 to go.
6 minutes left in the ball game. Maybe a little early to start getting to those techniques. They have the ability to go a long ways in a big hurry, and I think they would rather punt here and look for a little better field position, leaving it up to their defense to contain the Permian Panthers. And really, despite the fact that the score is now 21-7, their defense has played extremely well all night.
Boyer making that play defensively. It's 4th and 3, so here comes the... That's a short. It's a fake punt. And the Bobcats will pick up the first down.
He has it.
They get it to the 40-yard line as the ball came back to Moran.
Very good.
I started to say, I don't think Gandy wants to punt now. Why punt back I just figured, I knew he was going to go for it. I should have said something. I would have looked like a genius about now.
First, Damon Carroll. Is that Carroll? No.
Charles Vogel, the tight end.
Okay, Vogel comes off limping. Carroll is still in there. He's going wide to left side. 3rd and 10 from the 40. Marin. Down the middle. It is completed to Marcus Bibbs, who has the first down in Permian territory at the 43.
4 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter of play.
That'll get Bibbs' confidence back. He had dropped a couple earlier tonight, and if there's any one problem the Bobcats have had this year, it's that they've dropped a lot of passes. Marentz is
Batted that ball on his way in.
I can't think, when I look at big number 86, who would be a better blitzer for high school football? You could bring him, he's like an LT in high school football.
3rd and 15 from the 48. Receivers are wide to left side for Shea Marin. He's hit once in the backfield, gets away. Now he's going downfield for Carroll. It's completed. The Bobcats have scored. Marin to Damon Carroll. Everyone lined up left. He comes right. Carroll has time to get open. And it's 6.
Terrific throw. Marin is capable if he doesn't have the wind in his face and he's pumped full of adrenaline. His coaches say he can throw it 70 yards. He didn't have to throw it 70 that time, but that was a good 55, 60-yard throw.
Tremendous throw, tremendous catch, and the defense was not that bad on the coverage.
Just a well-designed play. The Bobcats trailing 21-13 will go for 2. Well, they'll go for 1.
Yep, they got the tee out.
Oh, okay.
Ryan King holding for Byron Bodie.
No, they're going for 2 on the fake. Permian smells it out. It's in the end zone. It's good. It's good for 2.
Brian Butler. I'll tell you, Dan Gandy is the Bobby Bowden of high school football.
Well, it's one of those trick plays that almost didn't work because there is somebody right behind him, but he manages to get the pass off. Kind of wobbly and kind of weak, but it got there.
Except for the fact that Ben Montgomery throws right-handed. That looked like Ken Stabler. You remember the 1974 playoffs, the Dolphins and the Raiders? Stabler to Clarence Davis, but in this case, Clarence Davis is Brian Butler. Now the Cats are within 6, 4:08 to go in the game. You know their defense is going to be pumped.
Well, this is one of those absolutely tremendous football games. Absolutely tremendous football game. But there is a penalty. No. Well, where is he going to set this? Okay.
Stormy Case gives the ball back to Timmy Ross. Ross with room, tripped up from behind to the 27-yard line, brought down by Benny Jones.
Stop made by number 31, Benny Jones.
There aren't many guys who play along a defensive front who can grab a Timmy Ross from behind, but Benny Jones fought off the block in the backfield and ran him down. It was just a gain of 5.
In the game. Stormy Case looks to throw. Parrott's open, out of bounds, incomplete, tipped by the Bobcat defense.
Everything we had hoped for here tonight.
1st and 10 Bobcats from the 45-yard line. 1:58 to go as Marin drops the throw. He's pressured. He gets it away up the middle. It is completed to the 50. They give us forward progress to the 47 as Brian Tucker combines with Steve Kelly.
1:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. 1:41 now, and the clock is rolling down.
The Bobcats used a 4 wide out, no back offense, and it looks like they're going to continue to do that without huddling.
Marin completes it. Wagner gets him out of bounds to the 32. 1:06 to go in the game.
Ryan King wanted a face mask at the end of the play. He's a kid who scored one of the Bobcats' 2 touchdowns against Permian last year.
Central trailed 21-15, but they're knocking on the door. 1:06 left in this thriller from San Angelo Stadium. Watch it again.
Well thrown football. Right on the target.
He gets by Perez, and then Wagner pushes him out. 1st and 10, Bobcats at the Permian 32-yard line. Shea Moran trying to lead his team from behind. A flag flies. It'll be procedure against the Bobcats. Moren's down to the 43-yard line. Sam Brooks makes the stop.
I have to
Also
differ.
Jerry Sims.
Beg your pardon. I have to differ with this call. I think they're going to get David Hamilton and say he wasn't set for a full second before the snap. I think he looked like he was set for a second.
I think it'll be a moot point because I imagine Permian will decline the penalty.
Decline the penalty, take the play, which is a lot bigger loss than the penalty.
There's 59 seconds left.
Decline the call, moves the ball back to the 40-yard line, and a timeout taken by the Central Bobcats.
It's their first, I believe.
What a finish. Both teams now have 2 timeouts remaining. Here we go.
You're going to make
2nd and
mistakes in
19
big ball games.
from the 41-yard line. 59 seconds left as Moran drops. Pressured. Sacked at the 50. Michael no, instead, who was it?
Clock running at 49.
Bubba Jones, the timeout will be called.
Timeout this time called by them. 49 seconds left to go in the ball game. Down to 1 timeout remaining.
Now it's going to be 3rd and forever.
3rd and, well, let's say 28, 27, 28.
10, 28 yards. 3rd, 20.
The fact that they really haven't had to play a tough 4-quarter game, they have kept coming hard at Shea all night long.
One thing you'll always find with Permian teams is they are well conditioned. And that has shown through again tonight. The defense for Permian trying to get their fans up and involved and chanting for them. 3rd and 27 from the 49-yard line. 49 seconds are left in this football game. 1 timeout remaining for the Bobcats. Moran drops. Fumble on the play. And Permian has it. Permian has it. Bubba Jones picks it up at the 31-yard line, and the Panthers will get this football game, and it looks like the bell is headed back to Mojo.
Oh, me. Well, Shea Moran's just trying to do it all on his own.
Jerry Sims getting through there.
And he just got the ball knocked away from him. Vince knocked it away, and Bubba picked it up. Almost went all the way with it. He just got his feet tangled up, and down he went.
The pressure on Shea Moran when the Panthers knew he had to throw was what really made the difference there.
When he no longer had the play-action pass to hold those linemen in check, they pinned their ears back and came. It was just a tremendous amount of pressure.
This is the kind of play you like to see your team running at the end of a game.
Yeah. The man by the name of Jerry Millsap has taken over as athletic director in El Paso, and he has done a tremendous job. He has imported some coaches, and he has done a tremendous job. In fact, it is Dean Coronado, an old coach from San Angelo. Buster Barnes is one of the coaches at Coronado out there. They've got a tremendous football team this year.
That's going to do it. The play clock and the game clock are in Permian's favor right now.
And that's the end of the ball game. Tremendous football game. A 21-15 victory by the Permian Panthers. I mean, I'm so mixed up, I don't even know who won the ball game. 21-15. Odessa Permian over the San Angelo Bobcats, and that, unless somebody really stubs their toe next.